Imagine starting out at 60% and not playing your best and still finding yourself in a semi-final at the Elite 16.
That is how high level this Brazilian team is. And there's teama-Diaz again, making a dig down the line and a huge swing in transition. They loved it. But I think they realized early that it was a bit of a mistake. We're a little bit more quiet in Soccerima, but now in Mexico, they have the crowd's favor. They've been getting it into it every single match.
13, or whether they're down 21-10. Very cool and level-headed.
And that is an excellent fadeaway swing from Alayo. It can start to get a lot of blocks in a hurry. So smooth from George. One side out will keep them within one. Excellent dig from Diaz. Oh, and then the soft put away from Diaz. He has every shot in the book. Last year was very physical, swung at just about everything, and now it's take down elite team, one elite team after the next. What a cut shot that is from George.
And high lines it. He is just so deceptive. It's just beautiful to watch now that I'm commentating.
What a rundown that is from George. Perfect timing on the move, and then just a lovely high line in transition.
It's always funny when players agree with the referee after they've argued, but it hasn't gone their way.
And it's felt inevitable. Excellent touch from Wanderley.
Or high line it until after he does it.
And that is a yutty, humongous swing from teama-Diaz.
Don't think Andre will be peeling.
Now pull on Diaz at your own risk. Pressure stays fully on George. Alayo can't believe
To do, but if you had a little button that you could press and get 21 net clip aces in a row, you'd do it.
No net clip needed on that one. Wanderley. Deep serve again. More trouble for Cuba. And a phenomenal.
Well done from Diaz as well, just to not run up and down, which he could well and truly do, but exciting, dynamic offense, even in transition.
And that is just a beautiful. Excellent touch shot from George Wanderley, and now it'll be huge swing from Jorge Alayo, challenging George in the angle.
At that point, the pass wasn't where he wanted it. He had zero vision, I would say, of what was going on the other side of the net. Great set, and he has just gone for pretty. Well done, Andre, ready to help out.
Excellent pass from Alayo down the line, and there is Andre. It felt like a matter of time. He was quiet, and now it's coming to fruition.
Have a look at how far Andre has. He can hit the ball almost as hard and as sharp as anyone in the world. Now everybody knows he can knuckle it as well.
What a scoop that is from Diaz. Can't quite control it. Andre, a rare offensive opportunity. Good night. More passing trouble for Alayo. Open net swing for Andre. That is not something you want to see if you're Cuba. And George saying,
doesn't matter whether up or down, he always wanted to see the same intensity. Of course, I could never do it like George and Andre, but that was the aim anyway.
And a beautiful, beautiful cut shot in.
Brazilian team going into the next couple of months.
Another short serve, putting Alayo on the sand.
Because it's just so rare to see George make these errors. It's probably his third shank for the game. And it is a little bit uncanny almost.
Beautifully done from George, going back to that line. That's been a source of consistent points for George. The hallmark of any world-class performer is how easy they make their craft look. And Andre gets another.
Brazilians traditionally, they always beat their chest. They get the crowd going. There, lots of sort of celebrations and aggressive celebrations.
A few extra kilometers per hour on these swings. Now Andre receiving a very rare serve. That's George, pardon me. And what a back set turn that is.
George starts going to the crowd and Andre gives a bit of a fist pump. But most of the time they're actually trying to just really suck the energy out of a team that is as passionate as Cuba. They're trying to be really intense. You wouldn't feel all that confident swinging through that block too many more times.
And that is a big swing from George, mixing his offense up so well, going.
Yes, our plan is on George, and we feel like we're close to him. We're getting block touches. I'm making the right dives. I'm getting a little touch. Oh, so close to that off-pace cut-shot. He's one of those players, similar to Todd Rogers from the United States of America as well, the famous Todd Rogers. Every single person who played Todd Rogers was always like,
oh, the little fake outplay inside. George, an Achilles heel of sorts for a young team where they struggle shifting game plans mid-match when they need to change.
And it's such a hard thing to do, and you talk about it, you know, you finish a match, then you go back to your coach and they're like, why did you go?
What it does is there's sort of a resetting factor where now the other player's out of the rhythm, and George comes out firing with that jump serve that has been on point all tournament.
Whatever it might be, or see some craters in the sand or be embarrassed, just throwing the rhythm off from George might be what Cuba need to do at the start of this third set. Looks like it's going to be an angle swing. It's so hard to defend against.
Excellent set that is from Andre. Big opportunity for Cuba. And there's Andre, a clutch block into the angle.
Developed a strategy that everybody in the world employs, but Cuba, they might have timed their run perfectly to have a big impact come Paris.
Andre again, another touch at the net. It's just going to be a free ball coming in.
The mental overload starts with concentrating on siding out. It just takes away just a little bit of edge of blockers as well. So maybe Cuba starts thinking about that there, but still able to generate a huge amount of power with Alayo.
Pass now cleaned up for Andre, but the dig from Diaz still able to get a hand on it. Brazil working hard, and there's the throwdown block from Alayo.
The block throwdown. And what's required to throw George off is a double up in defense.
And Diaz, he's been caught a couple times by Andre with the short shots, now breaking back out the physicality.
Just to re-establish a couple of big, powerful swings.
Trouble on the pass for Andre. Phenomenal set, but it is a huge block from Jorge Alayo to tie it back up at 10 apiece.
Bleeding with the second ref, and there was a net touch. The second ref didn't even bother. He already turned around to check the scoreboard to tell everyone to go. I think that it was probably the ball.
On that replay. It's always worth inquiring of the ref if they hit the net.
Always.
Diaz all over the cut shot for Cuba to take the lead. And it is taken. I love that back. Better pass this time from Andre. Up-and-coming player on this Beach Pro Tour. This is where experience can sometimes rear its head. And another one!
Tournament so far. Let's have a look on the replay. That is monstrous from Andre. Look at the...
We have our first match point for Brazil to march into the gold medal match. George all over it. George Wanderley for the match. Not yet. And he'll have another go at it, and still not yet. There's no touch. It is an error on George Wanderley. And Andre Loyola, the most unexpected of high lines to end it. And George Wanderley and Andre